Hey, this is Adam with Tied to Nature. Here's your weekly update, ending, I believe today's the 6th, February, Saturday the 6th, first week of February here. So I guess to start with a couple updates as far as sightings and things. I had a couple friends this week, same sighting, but they saw a bobcat along the Madison River. So that's always big news. I haven't had really any private tours or photo tours where we've been kind of focused on the Madison looking for that bobcat like they were able to do this week. I'm always watching, hoping to find it. Just haven't seen much sign of it. Also, wolves, they've been up north on the north side of the park. I know I've seen them a lot. You see the picture of the coyote here. Some of the stuff that we see, sometimes on a regular basis, but I'm going to add some images in here and I try to keep it to more quality images. Some of them aren't the best. Some of them tell a story, and you'll see hopefully the next week or two, I'll get some more of, the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, some of the geysers and hot springs we see. But with some of the blustery days that we've had, the wind and the snow, the images haven't been that great of the hot springs and so I'll share. I'm trying to think about that while I'm out, so I can share some of that because there is more than just wildlife in the park. It's probably my favorite thing. Let's start here with this image of the coyote this week. This was out in Hayden Valley, and this isn't the best image to represent it, but I like how you can see his eyes and he's kind of looking towards me and the tail's up. But you'll see just a little bit of snow coming back here down below him, and he was kick or she I didn't pay attention. It was kicking up snow, and actually thinking about it, she. So what I'm talking about, scent marking, and I tell people as I'm driving down the road and I'm looking at tracks, sometimes just driving you can tell what animal it was, whether it's the gait, the pattern of the way it walks, the size of the track. Uh, well, something I say about the dogs, like the coyotes and the wolves, is they seem to wander a little bit more, and they're sniffing things and they're smelling things and they're scent marking. So we watched this coyote do that as it was walking down the road. And then it's scraping, it's covering that or spreading that. And so coyote, see these coyotes or see coyotes on a regular basis in Yellowstone in the wintertime. So this was a nice one, a little something different. This is that same day as the coyote. This was at Mud Volcano. And I heard this first. This is a killdeer, in case you didn't catch it right off. It kind of blends in right here. It's, typically we think of these killdeer as they're migratory. They should be gone. But we'll often see them in the winter in Yellowstone. And it is open area, open water. There's insects that, flies that live out on top of this. So there is food for them. And we'll see them here in the wintertime. So that was at the Mud Volcano area. And something I heard once, I did a little research on it. There's not a lot of information out there, but these killdeer, they'll lay their eggs out in these areas on the mineral that's deposited everywhere. And just, they don't build a nest. They just lay them out in the open. And I've heard that, or I've read that these birds have a kind of higher concentration of mercury in their feathers. I think it was the feathers they tested because they're living in these areas, yet they don't seem to have any problems. They've kind of adapted. That's what I say about, here, this pool that you're looking at. I mean, just part of the water here. You're in a high acidity area over by Mud Volcano. The water's hot. I mean, and you'll have things like sulfuric acid, mercury, arsenic, high temperatures in this water. Yet look at, there's grass around it. There's flies on it. There's this bird next to it. Bison walk through there. You'll see wildflowers in the area, in the summertime. So things that we think cause death, yet there's life right there that can exist with it. Another coyote. So this one is more about the story. So we were watching this coyote come along the river, Midway Geyser Basin area, and watching it, just kind of moving it, kind of turned back and was seeing something. And I thought, well, guess it might see something. I was looking, I said, I can't see anything, but head down and kind of this, I'm after something, pose. And started walking around and watching it for a second. I said, I don't know if it might just be walking, just on the move here, head down. But we watched it, and as it went up, it kind of went down on the snow, got low, and I thought, you guys watch this. And I opened the door, said, and and I was reaching for my camera and I was trying to get out. And just as it went forward, and right on the edge where you couldn't see, there was a duck. And it went after that duck out in the water, and the duck kind of flew up the river a little bit. So it wasn't successful. Again, I love that behavior. Be like, you can tell there's something going on. You can't see the whole story there at the time. But that coyote, it was really neat. And this day that we watched this, I think it was this day. Yeah, it was just up the road from this afterwards. The people on this trip, it was like I couldn't see anything first. So like, hey, there's a coyote, there's a bald eagle. And just after this, we went up the road, we were looking at some bison, and somebody said, there's a weasel. I said, where? I'm looking for this weasel. I'm thinking, is it white? What color is it? And they're like, no, it's white. It's out there. I guess it's across the river. And look above this bison. So I go around to the side of the vehicle where I can see a little better to try to look. And I'm thinking pine marten because it sits next to the tree, and it's a 100 yards or so off. And so I'm looking, and I was a little too low when I got out of the vehicle to see, but finally I got eyes on it and I put the binoculars up, and there's 2 otters right on the bank of the river. So I stuck it and got back in the car, stuck it in reverse, went up to the Ferry Falls trailhead. I said, let's get out to the bridge. And they said, okay. So we went out, and the river otters were coming down towards the bridge. So we went out there, and a couple of us, I think they were like, what's this guy doing? Some of them thought it was pretty exciting. I think they mentioned later that I was running out to the bridge, jogging more with my camera. And a couple of them were running behind me to try to get these otters as they were going to go that way. But they ended up stopping. They were kind of jumping in all the water, and then they turned around and we lost them. They disappeared. But that was fun. Something that we don't see a lot on the Firehole River on that side of the park was a couple otters. And while we were sitting there looking at the otters, we had this bald eagle flying right above us. So I started snapping pictures. There's one or a couple with me that day that said, we'd love to have a picture of a bald eagle. A lot of these photos that I take on my tours, I'm just kind of say, if you guys want something, email me and I'll send you pictures of whatever I get through the day. So I'll send this one off to them. I think they'll be excited about that. So I do have one here of Old Faithful, and this is what you're looking for Old Faithful is blue skies. So you have that white on that blue sky. Today it was snowing and it was blowing and it was gray on gray, and it was just hard to see. So at Old Faithful in the wintertime, a little breeze, you kind of blow that steam away, and then you can see that water usually on that left side or right side, depending on which way the wind is going. And having that sun hit this and the blue skies, this is kind of the eruption that you want and you hope for on a winter day in Yellowstone. This is a bonus one. This is actually today I took this, and this was not inside the park. This was an island park where I live, Maxon area on the Henry's Fork of the Snake River. And it was a moose and a cow and a calf just sitting there in the river. And got to take a couple photos of them real quick before I moved on to get home and get the pizza, pick up the pizza from Pond's Lodge. But it was nice to see them. I haven't seen them a lot this winter. And this is an animal that a lot of people ask about in Yellowstone. Are we going to see a moose? And the answer is most likely no. In the interior of the park, I might see 4 or 5 a year. And so we just don't have a great moose population in Yellowstone. If you go up to the north side, far into Lamar Valley, around Prairie, Pebble Creek, you can find moose out there on a consistent basis, especially in the wintertime. Well, that's my update for this week. Again, this is Adam with Tied to Nature. For those that don't get out, can't get out, or can never get enough, I hope you enjoy. Tell me if you think I should add anything, change anything. I'm seeing some evolution of this in the future, and I hope you enjoy this. So until next time.